Good morning, Justin Gibbs here at the National Weather Service in Paducah. We're recording this at 3 o'clock in the morning on Thursday, May 15th. We have a severe weather risk today and then again tomorrow. The risk today is more uncertain. There's a risk for severe thunderstorms late this afternoon across basically the entire area there that you can see in yellow through early this evening. There is a very strong cap in place that we've been talking about for a few days. General impression is that that cap will probably hold, but if it doesn't, and you will feel the heat and humidity today, it will be very unstable. Conditions will be favorable for very large hail, isolated damaging winds, and isolated tornadoes, given the shear and the instability that is in place. And that's all across most of the entire area. And then we may see more thunderstorm development overnight tonight. That would be a little bit lower risk for severe weather. Risk, obviously, the highest risk is hail, with the risk of wind, and then a few tornadoes also possible in that light brown area, but that's the second lowest level tornado risk that we have. Mainly we're concerned about very large hail. We could see a tornado watch though. If we do, I'm not sure that it's going to develop. If it does, we'll issue watches and then obviously warnings ahead of time. Once it goes though, if you start seeing warnings pop up, then it's going to be in a pretty good environment, so pay attention to it and take it seriously because that risk will escalate. But if you look at it 5 o'clock in the afternoon today and nothing's going on, don't be shocked because we won't be. Slight risk, covering scattered severe storms possible. Short-lived and not widespread. This is a level 2 out of 5. Friday is a level 3 out of 5. It looks like a higher risk and a higher coverage of risk and threat. The timing is speeding up a little bit from what we've had in the past few days. I think as early as midday, we could have a risk window opening up, especially over southeast Missouri, and then lasting through the evening. The environment looks very favorable for very large hail, perhaps up to baseball size, damaging winds up to 70 miles an hour, and maybe even higher than that if it upscales into a line. And then some tornadoes could be strong EF2 plus, especially if individual discrete storms manage. We think they will initially form as supercells, especially over southeast Missouri and southern Illinois. And that would pose a higher risk for stronger tornadoes that would not necessarily be extremely long track, but could be intense given the period because it will be very unstable. And then we expect that they will, what we call it upscale, form up into a line of thunderstorms that would pose a significant damaging wind risk. Storm Prediction Center was mentioning 80-mile-an-hour wind gust top line. Basically, if you've heard the term derecho, that's the kind of level of concern that we have here, that we could have a pretty widespread damaging wind event. The risk for that is relatively highest over southern Illinois and southwest Indiana, and then adjacent northwest Kentucky. But it is about the same everywhere. Everywhere needs to be on guard. But again, the highest threat is from about Van Buren, Missouri, eastward to Madisonville. But everywhere in our Quad State region has at least some risk. The timing confidence is lower than normal. There's a cap. That cap's going to break. It's hard to know when it does, we're going to have problems. If it holds off until 9 or 10 o'clock in the evening on Friday, then we now have less problem. We're not going to have no problem. We'll have less problem. If it pops at 4 in the afternoon, we're going to be in the peak heating and the peak instability, and we'll have a more significant and widespread issue. Here's what one of our more reliable models that we like shows: scattered cells developing that look to me like supercells and would be in an environment favorable for them at 2 p.m. They would pose a very large hail and a good tornado risk. And that's at 2 p.m. I'm not sure that it's going to go that early, but I'm not sure it won't. Things are speeding up. And this is another model that shows that upscaling into a line, and then that would track eastward. And that would be the line. A line like that in this environment would be capable of some tornado activity. That would be the rapid spin up, short-lived, but potentially intense, EF2 type tornadoes in the worst case scenario. And then 70, 80, 90-mile-an-hour wind is what we would see out of a situation like this as well. And then enhanced risk indicates numerous severe storms possible, longer-lived severe storms. It's a bigger deal, and I know that the question will come up: is it possible that we would go higher, to like a moderate risk level 4 to 5? It is possible. This is the type of event with the instability and the shear that they could see that. We haven't seen that yet, and maybe we won't, but that is possible. So everyone continue to maintain your awareness here. It is the peak of our severe weather season here in May. So we will hope for minimal impacts, but be ready and be alert. Watch out for those watches and warnings and be prepared to take action if you're impacted.